Appreciate y'all tuning in today, man. I know a lot of y'all gonna see this a little bit later on. Man, I'm glad you all tuned in today, man. I got some powerful information to share with you all today. Well, I'm not gonna be sharing it. I'm just gonna be asking some questions. But hey, man, I'm glad to have one of my partners, man, one of my good friends, tuned in with me on today, man. One of the things that we enjoy doing here on JHM Radio is we enjoy bringing people in, man, that are really doing something, not just in the community, but doing things for our people, man. Things that, I mean, people are doing some amazing things out there, and you all just don't know about them. You just don't know about them. You've never heard of them. You don't know what they're doing or what have you. But man, this guy that I'm bringing in today, man, is a powerful expert in his own right and in his field. And I'm just really thankful and really glad to have him on with me on the day, man. I'm going to be asking him some questions in just a few moments. Man, we was having a rough time today, having some difficulties, man. Uh, Somebody didn't want this information to get out today, but but it's gonna get out. It's gonna get out. Yeah. So, but listen, one of the things that you all know about me is that I'm very much into our people obtaining wealth. Being an entrepreneur myself, I know that I have an entrepreneurial type of spirit about myself, and been that way for years. And I'm just grateful to come across people that have that like mindset, but just having that entrepreneurial spirit is not enough. I mean, it's almost kind of like somebody saying, hey, God's gonna cause me to be debt free, but then you don't ever take an action or you never do anything to become debt free. So my guest today, man, he's gonna be now. I'm gonna tell you, you're gonna see him today, and he's gonna talk to you about some things today. It is so much information to share with what we're talking about today. There is no way that we could do it in one session. There's no way. It's just too much information, and it's too much a lot of changing information that is going on as well in this area. So we constantly need to be updated. So Erick is going to be a regular, on this network, just sharing knowledge with us. And we're going to give you some information as well on how you can reach out to him and contact him and things of that nature. So today, my guest is Mr. Erick Vaughn. What's going on, brother?
What's going on, Pastor Hawkins? How you doing?
Man, I'm doing great, man. Erick is all the way. He's live with us today in our studio, all the way from Los Angeles, California. Beautiful weather out there, by the way, but we got some great weather here in Indianapolis on the day as well. I'm thankful, man. I'm glad that you took some time out, man, just to share with us a little bit today, man. I want to tell the people a little bit about you. He's a current expert with cryptocurrency. I don't know a lot about it myself. He was a former day trader of currencies and commercial residential real estate appraiser. And now he's representing the Fam Wealth Network. He's very committed to training us and teaching us. And you're going to get some information as this discussion goes on as to how you can reach out to him, how you can become a part of this. I know at this point in time, he even has some opportunities going on. If I think it's by a certain date in this month, and he'll tell you more about that, where you can actually join this great opportunity. I have been watching this brother for like 2 years now, man. I've seen him on YouTube. He's very excited about what he's doing. And I've been watching him for the past 2 years, and I'm just grateful that God allowed us the opportunity to be able to connect with one another. He's a blessing to me. I know he's going to be a blessing to you. So, Erick, welcome to JHM Radio today, man. Tell us a little bit about this cryptocurrency, man. What is it? Give us some knowledge, man. Give us some understanding about this.
I'm very excited to be here. First of all, I want to thank Pastor Hawkins and JHM Radio for having me here. My name's Erick Vaughn. Again, like Pastor Hawkins told you guys, I come from a background of trading currencies, basically. I traded Japanese yen, Swiss francs, Deutschmarks, and even coffee, security bonds, municipal bonds, stuff like that. And I'm a commercial and residential real estate appraiser. So I think I'm a person that kind of understands value. I understand value. I understand currencies. But I didn't really understand money. It's like I thought I did because I traded money, but there's certain things about money that we just assume. We don't know what gives it value, what makes it unvaluable. We don't know really the definition of money versus currency. I think most of us think currency is money, and money is not currency. It's a difference. It's like it's two different things that they have. Actually, it's five things that currency and money have in common. But there's one thing that's distinctly different that money has that currency doesn't have. And I just kind of want to share that with you guys right now. And then you'll understand cryptocurrency a little better. First of all, the greenbacks in your pocket is really currency. It's not money. There's five things that currency and money have in common, and I'm going to name them right now. One thing that currency and money have in common, it's a a unit of exchange, something you use to exchange for value or services or whatever. Number two, it's durable, somewhat durable. You can't destroy coins. You can't really destroy gold. And number three, it's a fungible, meaning a dollar in my pocket is the same value as a dollar in Mr. Or Pastor Hawkins' pocket. Number four, it is portable. It's something you can break up and break down. Number five, it's portable. It's something you can use. That's why a house is not money. You can extract capital out of it, but you can't walk around with a house on your back or a car on your back.
Right,
Okay,
right.
so the number six thing that differentiates money from currency is money is a stored unit of value. So when you have a dollar and you bury a dollar or $100 bill, if you come back in 5 years, will it have the same amount of value? No. In fact, it'll depreciate in value. But if you had a piece of gold and you buried that gold and you came back 5 years later, it will have equal or probably more value. And that's why all the dollars were supposed to be backed by gold. And in 1971, Richard Nixon took it off the gold. But in 1973, they replaced gold with petrol, with oil. So now all your dollars are backed by oil. So that gives you guys an understanding what's going on in the Middle East. But cryptocurrency is a unique product. What it really is the first time ever in the history of the world that value was able to be stored on the internet. Now,
Okay.
about 1994, when the internet started, a lot of people didn't understand where it was going to go. I just actually did a video with Katie Couric, not with Katie Couric, but I showed an interview of Katie Couric and Brian Gumble, 1994, when they were like, well, what is the internet? How does it work? And that's kind of how we are right now with cryptocurrency. It's an encryption. It is an ability for the computer to store data and to transact data, and that data creates value because it's an algorithm. What pretty much what it is a guy named Satoshi Nakamoto. None of you guys know him. I don't know him. We didn't see him. He stayed anonymous for certain reasons. And he created a peer-to-peer transaction. It's the most powerful thing that has ever happened in the history of financing. It allows individuals to transact value to one another, borderless, without any governmental interference, without you using your social, using your ID, or using a trusted, quote unquote, I call it a quote unquote trusted third party, because who really can we trust when it comes to our money?
Right, right. Yeah, absolutely. I agree.
So
Yeah.
that's kind of
Not
what
too many people.
cryptocurrency is. It's a little it's a little I want to say it's a phase in learning it. You're not going to get it in just one day. It's not hard though, but we like to teach people about money so they can understand cryptocurrency. Bitcoin being the first one created in 2009, it allowed people to do a peer-to-peer transaction, and it's an algorithm. So every time the computer solves this complex mathematical algorithm, it's harder to create the next one and the next one. They call these digital cryptocurrency coins because it's an encryption that allows you to stay private and anonymous. Okay, so there's only 21 million Bitcoins that were created. Right now, there's 16 million in circulation. So there's 5 million more to be mined, and there's going to be 2140 before they're mined. So all of that time and the demand for this product is what creates value.
Okay.
I hope I answered that.
Yeah, you answered that. So Eric, tell me this, man, because I'm learning this, and since I've been interacting with you, I'm hearing more and more about it, and I know how passionate you are about it. So, what does it look like for a person where I am? Know nothing about it. I'm listening to you, listening to the things that you're saying. You're showing me the value of it. Now, how do I get involved with it?
That's a good question. The first thing I wanted to elaborate on is you have to get educated on it. This is why the Family Cash Machine and myself, Erick Vaughn, we have embarked upon a class. We're going to have the cryptocurrency colleges launch online class to teach people, because the first way I got involved in this is through a company called OneCoin, which ended up being a scam. And there's another company called Billionaire Coin that has about 3.3 million people. OneCoin had about 3.3 million people. We're already at 6.5 million people scammed because they didn't know. And so
Wow.
I thank OneCoin for scamming me, because it forced me to learn this industry. So thank you, OneCoin, for taking my money. How about that? But at the same time, how you would get involved is, first you want to join. And that's why I created this platform, because my thing was education. Because I've been very wealthy twice in my life, and money without information, it means nothing. You know, you have to have information,
Right. Right.
or we just end up going into this, I call it financial treadmill, where you're just running in one place and you're not going anywhere. You're
Right.
making money, you're spending money, you're making money, you're spending money. So I like to give people information, not just about cryptocurrency, but about wealth. How do we create generational wealth? That's really what the Family Cash Machine is about. We teach trust funds, we teach corporations, we teach you guys all kind of different ways to basically control everything and own nothing. That's pretty much what cryptocurrency does. It gives you some sense of anonymity, so you could be private. But at the same time, how you would get involved first is start learning little small
Yeah.
things. We created a cycler that allows people to pretty much make some money, some income in a group of people. But while you're making money, you're learning. So we want you guys to learn how to control your own portfolios. There's over 1,500 cryptocurrencies now. It's not just Bitcoin. And each and every one of them have a different purpose, a different functionality. And so I want you guys to first get the information of how it works, what it is, what is the blockchain, how that works,
Right.
and how this industry is going to disrupt dozens of industries. Now, disruption is not bad. For some reason, we have negative connotations about most of our definitions. When people hear
Understand.
disruption, they think, oh, I don't want to be disrupted. Disruption is good, because wealth is never destroyed. It only
Right.
redistributes and changes hands. So when all the little mom and pop video places went out of business, and the blockbusters went out of business, that wealth did not disintegrate. It went to Netflix.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so wealth is
Yeah.
never destroyed. It's just redistributed. So what I see in this industry, and I just did an ebook called The Greatest of Exchange of Wealth Ever in the History of the World. I see this industry redistributing wealth on a massive scale. And that's why I wanted to make sure my people didn't miss out on this like we did on the internet. I missed out on the internet. I was so wowed with the
Mhm.
technology, I didn't look at
Mhm.
it from an investor's point of view. And I vowed to myself that I won't miss another great technological trend. And I'm going to bring as many people as I can with me right now. So the best thing I would do for you is teach you the basics about what cryptocurrency is, coin market cap. Start looking at the different coins there, and go to those websites, see what their white papers say, what those technologies are about. I'll teach you before we invest a dime, because most people
Right.
come into this industry, they come into this industry with a speculative mindset, like I did at first, or as a trader, like, oh my God, there's 1,500 cryptocurrencies. How can I trade this? How can I make money doing this? And that's one way of making money, but you want to really learn the fundamental principles of what this is about. And the real thing what this is about is freedom. It's more about
Right.
freedom, and being
Mhm.
able to transact when and where and how you want. Now, we can't be led to believe that everybody in the world is a terrorist. This is what they want you to think, that, oh, well, that's going to be used for terrorism. Well, my question is,
Right.
what were terrorists using before Bitcoin?
Right. Right. Right.
And
Right.
so, and how I would get into this, I would find a group like the Family Cash Machine that's going to educate you, just going to elevate your understanding. Because if you jump into this without education, without knowing what's going on, and it doesn't take long. I've had people in 6 months make 6 digits in this on our team. They didn't know anything, and
Right.
so it doesn't take that long, but you definitely want to put the knowledge before the money.
Absolutely. And to add to what you're saying, and I want our audience to know as well, Pastor Hawkins does not endorse a lot of people. I definitely most certainly endorse this brother because, like I said before, before we ever even start having conversation on any level of business, and I've done business transaction with him, I watched him literally for 2 years. And one of the things I like about Mr. Vaughn is that he is very consistent. He's very consistent what he does. I need you to listen and understand today that the biggest message that he's sending out to you is education. He's not just coming at you saying, "Okay, I need you to put this money in and we're going to see what happens from there." No, he's saying to you, "Listen, let me educate you. Let me show you, let me train you. Let me teach you, and he's told you about his own experiences, where he got taken advantage of. And I can appreciate the fact, Eric, that you want us to know the right way. In just a few moments, and LeBron is in here, man. He just shaking his head. He's bobbing his head. He's like, "Man, I'm here. I'm getting it. I got it." And so, in just a few moments, you're gonna get the opportunity to see how to connect. With Mr. Erick Vaughn and the Cash Machine, you're going to have several ways in which you can connect with him, contact him, and just see what he has going on. So, Eric, tell us about this class you got coming up, man.
Okay, the class that I got coming up is phenomenal. First of all, I have to teach people about money. I just gave you guys 6 definitions of money, and I gave you guys 5 definitions that money and currency both have in common. We're not taught that in school. No one teaches you that. I went to college and I had some business classes. They didn't even teach that in college. And so
Mhm.
money is the thing that pretty much regulates everything in your life. And you have to understand its defining characteristics. And I see Mr. David Lyons just came in. That's one of the co-founders of the Family Cash Machine. He's a brilliant guy. One day, hopefully, we can get him on the show with us because
Absolutely.
me and Dave are doing some excellent things in this industry, and we're just training people. But what I wanted to say again is the cryptocurrency courses. We're going to teach you guys about the Federal Reserve, what the Federal Reserve is. It's not federal and it's not a reserve at all. They don't have any cash there. It's really not a part of this country. Stuff like that we need to learn. We're not taught that. What is a central bank? What is money? The history of money. And I teach you guys about the petrodollar. I teach you about the Bretton Woods and how this country became the reserve currency in the world. Most people don't realize that there's never been a time in my life, Pastor Hawkins, that I lived that the U.S. dollar was not the dominant reserve currency in the world. So we don't know what that looks like. Things are
Right.
changing now. There used to be a time when you didn't really need to know anything about money because the dollar was the reserve, dominant reserve currency in the world, and all the other currencies are anchored to the United States dollar. That all started at the Bretton Woods conference when America got into the war very, very late. So therefore, all these other countries were in war. They reserved and depleted a lot of their resources, and America still had gold. So we decided to let the dollar, the American dollars, be the reserve currency because it had more gold, supposedly, than any other currency around the world. That's how we became the reserve currency. And a lot of people don't understand that this is changing. China's doing things now that's changing America being the dominant currency in the world, as well as Russia, as well as Brazil, as well as Saudi Arabia, as well as Iran. All these countries are coming together in a combined effort to bring the dollar down. So now it is a time that it's imperative that all of us start learning about money. Again, there was a time we didn't need to learn this. Now we have to learn this because what's going to happen when you go to the bank and they tell you that um, your $100,000 is now worth $5,000? You know,
Right.
it's going to be pandemonium. And this has already
Right.
happened in India last year, a couple of years ago. This has happened in Greece. This has happened in
Okay.
Venezuela last year. It's going to happen here. There's over
Right.
600 currencies around the world. There was a gentleman named Anderson who researched currencies, and he got all the way through the A's. He got all the way through the B's. He got halfway through C. He got to 600 fiat currencies throughout history. He didn't even go to DFG, HIJK, LMNOP. He went just halfway
Wow.
through the C's. He got to 600 fiat currencies, and every single one of them ended in zero. So what makes us think that this dollar is going to survive when it's just being printed and printed and no one is really questioning this? And so I'm teaching people about currency and teaching them about how to have other options. So when things do go chaotic, you still can maneuver. So we're teaching about money first. Why? Because I can't teach crypto, which is a solution to a lot of problems. Also, we teach gold. If you don't understand the problem, how are you going to understand the solution?
Right.
If I came to you right now and said, "Oh yeah, um, your equation is E equals BM," you're gonna say, he's crazy because I never gave you a problem. And so we teach the problem first. Then we teach you guys cryptocurrency. We teach you what cryptocurrency is, how it works. We teach you guys about ICOs. We teach you guys about the blockchain, which is a phenomenal technology, just the undergirding principle of cryptocurrency. We teach you about decentralization. We teach you guys about how to invest in this industry and all the different multiple ways to invest. So that's all the things that's going to encompass our classes.
Okay. Now, Eric, now you saying I hear the part you're saying about you're teaching, you're training people, you're showing people. Now, once that's done, are there going to be services offered to where now you're helping uh, your students to choose the right type of currency?
Yes, that's going to be all involved in the blockchain courses. We'll have some blockchain courses which will teach you all the different functionalities. I'm going to give you an example. There was a company called Ripple. A lot of people going crazy about Ripple now. About a year ago, I told my entire team to invest in Ripple. Ripple is a cryptocurrency, and they were trying to follow Bitcoin several years ago. And for some reason, they didn't get a lot of value, and probably because they had too many coins. So I was kind of looking at that coin, and everybody in the cryptocurrency space told me, leave that coin alone, don't mess with it. And so myself and Dave Lyons, we went into research that coin, and we found out that Ripple decided to replace the Swift code system. Now, the Swift code system needs to be replaced because it takes 48 hours, they say, to do an international transaction. Well, I can fly to Europe in 13 hours.
Right, right,
So
right,
in the modern day technology, that's not too good. But I've done several
right.
transactions in Europe. I've sent money to Europe several times, maybe 7 or 8 times. I have never got a 48-hour transaction. It's always taken a week, 2 weeks, whatever. So the Swift code
Wow.
system is outdated. That system is older than me. It's older than everyone on this call. And so why is it that they have not wanted to upgrade their system? And it's because the banks can charge you fees. They can hold your money. Banks make money on holding your money. They trade your money on Forex. They trade your money on stocks. And oh yeah, believe me, they are friends with guys inside of corporations. They do play golf together,
Sure.
so they do get
Right.
insider information. And so they trade your money. So they want to hold it as long as they
Mhm.
can. Ripple decided
Mhm.
they're going to use the blockchain to transact money from bank to bank. Over 59 banks in Japan accepted it. They can do over 700,000 transactions a second. They can send $100 million for less than $10. I mean, the fees
Wow.
are extremely, extremely cheap, okay? And it's faster. They can get money to each other in seconds. And so what do you think banks are going to use? They're going to use a system that, of course, is faster and cheaper. And so they're
Right.
not telling you guys about it. JP Morgan, Western Union, they're all aboard now, Ripple. So me seeing that last year and reading that, I told my whole team to invest. I bought 80,000 Ripples for about $700. 80,000 for 700. Now, if you guys look at the charts, go to CoinMarketCap. Ripple went as high as $3.50. I had 80,000 of them. for $700. Where else do you know you can make that kind of money
Wow.
that fast? In what
Wow.
industry?
Wow.
Where? I've done real estate. I've done stocks. I mean, there's nowhere
Yeah.
that you can make that kind of appreciation on your money. Now, this doesn't happen every day, but there's several instances that I can point to you guys where this happened. But I wouldn't have known that if I didn't get the information. So I'm teaching you
Absolutely.
guys how to pick them based on the functionality. And that's what this is more about. It's more about the functionality. Now, how in demand is it for a bank to use a cheaper system to send money back and forth to each other? It's very important because me alone, my bank account might do 30 transactions a month for me. I'm just one person. So
Mm-hmm.
everybody has the opportunity. And Dave said he had 35,000 of them, and we didn't even spend $500. I mean, I spent 700. I don't think Dave spent but $400 or $500 for 35,000 ripples, and the value shot up. Why? Because of the functionality. See, value is created by usability. When you use
Mm-hmm.
something over and over again, it creates value.
Mm-hmm.
When people
Mm-hmm.
use any object over and over again, it creates value. Now, we've been led to believe that only banks and financial institutions control value. Not true. Value is created by exchange, by people interacting and exchanging a specific product. Okay, well, what creates usability? Usability creates value. Now, what creates usability? Functionality. When something has a function that is a demand for that function, that's what cryptocurrency is. There's so many different purposes for cryptocurrency. It's not just, okay, we're going to use Bitcoin to buy things. That's one function. But there's also other functions that cryptocurrency is creating to alleviate the quote unquote trusted third party and empower people. Wow.
Wow. Man, well, man, I tell you, man, I definitely have somewhat of a better idea than what I did before this call even started today, man, because it is, wow. Like I said, man, you hear things, but then when you really get into the knowledge of it, so I know in Indianapolis, Indiana, I know you got two that's probably going to be partaking in that class
Okay.
and probably a whole lot more. But I know me and LeBron, we definitely want to be a part. Listen, y'all, if you're watching us today, man, I'm talking to Mr. Erick Vaughn from Los Angeles, California. And he's spitting some knowledge out to us today, man. Him and his partner, Mr. David Lyons, man, they are really helping us today, man. And they want to empower you, not just about money, but about the freedom of all of this, man, and how we can all benefit from this. And I like what he's doing because it is dealing with not just today, not just you being financially secure now, but generations to come. This is about generations. And that's one of the things I think that we lack a lot of times, man. We do not prepare for future generations. What are we leaving behind? What are we
That's
leaving
right.
behind for our children, our grandchildren, their grandchildren? What are we leaving behind? So listen, you're going to be getting some information on the screen. It's going to let you know. I want you to share this time today. I want you to share it with other friends. This will pick up some momentum here in Indianapolis, I know for a fact, because we have a lot of people out there, and all the people that are listening to us across the world. This is going to be aired over and over. It's going to be on our JHM radio site, jhmradio.net. It's going to be on there as well as it's going to air on the radio, in which we're in 67 countries right now. So this is going to be going all over. Mr. Vaughn, if you could, before we cut out today, man, could you let us know the date that this is going to take place and what they're going to have to do in order to qualify to be a part of the Family Cash Machine?
That's a great question. Right now, we're on we have about 500 members across the country. We do a daily webinar. We actually do two. We do one for beginners, and then an hour after that one. When that one is over, we go right into the advanced class. And we have about 50 advanced people around the country. We got over 12 people that have made 6 digits in the last 6 months. We're doing phenomenal with this industry, and we're just getting started. But to the end of May, you can become a core member of the Family Cash Machine for free. This is a limited offer because once this month is over, we will be starting our courses, which will cost. There will be a cost factor, and it's going to be feasible. We're going to make sure it's feasible. We have a $300 course. We're going to have a $750 course, $1,500 course, and we're going to have a $3,500 course, all the way up to $10,000 courses that will teach you how to make money in this industry, and not just this industry, but it will teach you about wealth. It's going to teach you, and that's what the Family Cash Machine is really about. It's not just about money. It's about information, technology, and wealth. Like Pastor Hawkins said, how do you create generational wealth? You know, I went to Atlanta last week, and I had an opportunity to meet 4 families that have generations of money.
Yeah.
That's what we're about, perpetuating it. And you guys got well, not 30 days, but you got about another 20 days or so, or 19 days to the end of this month to become a core member. Now, what is it going to mean to be a core member? That means that you guys are going to be probably grandfathered into these courses. I give a lot of value out for free because I want people to win. Okay. But at the same time, if you take these courses at Duke is charging $13,000 for these courses, and they don't help you make
Wow.
any money. They tell you what cryptocurrency is, and that's it. Pat you on the back. Bye. Have a good time. Stanford. You have NYU. All of these Princeton. They teach cryptocurrencies for $13,000. But as you know about college, I went to college. They'll give you a doctorate's degree. They'll give you a lawyer's degree, but they'll let you pass the bar, but they won't teach you how to set up your own law firm. So what we do is not just educate you. We show you how to apply this in a manner where it will create money for you. And I hear a lot of leaders talk about money or talk about wealth. I hear a lot of our leaders talk about wealth, and I listen to them. But how can we have wealth with no money? You have to first teach people about money, and not just about money, how to make money. And once you can teach them
Right.
how to amass wealth, then you teach them how to protect the wealth. And that comes through trust funds and corporations and things like that. So that's how you accumulate wealth. You have to teach them about money and teach them how to make money, how to be productive, and how to protect that.
Absolutely. So, listen, those of you that are watching, those of you that will be listening to this broadcast, you have until the end of this month. This information is up on the screen right now. If you search the Family Cash Machine on Facebook, you need to go to familycashmachine.com. You need to go to familycashmachine.com, the Family Cash Machine.com. I like that name too, Eric, by the way. And I want you to go there. I don't want you to procrastinate. I don't want you to put this off. You're listening to me. Where can you find an opportunity like this that he's going to allow you to come in as a core member just by the mere fact of not procrastinating? So across the screen, you're going to see the familycashmachine.com. Go there today. Don't procrastinate. Go there today. Let him know you want to be a part of this, that you want to learn, and you'll get further information and updates and things of that nature from there. But to be grandfathered in, he gave you examples of different universities that's teaching this, but they're not showing you anything else afterwards. And it's going to cost you $13,000 to $15,000. So you're getting a great opportunity right here on JHM Radio today, because Mr. Vaughn is not just about making money. He wants our people to be educated. He wants them to know and how to build generational wealth. As he said, how do you find that out? You got to learn about the money first. You got to learn about the value of what it is we're talking about. So I want you to go there today. I want him to look back and see that people shared this video so much and this information. I want his website to go crazy. Crazy,
Hey,
stupid,
Hawk, can I
crazy.
share something, Hawk? I forgot to
Absolutely.
share this. Excuse me.
Absolutely.
Excuse me. I forgot to tell them. Another thing about my course is that nobody is doing. When you buy a $1,500 course with me, you're going to get cryptocurrency, money, education, and you're going to get the blockchain, which is going to disrupt dozens of businesses. And also, you're going to get 2 positions in my cycler, in my Bitcoin cycler. And those positions cost 0.046. And when 14 other students fall under you, whether you recruit them or not, when 14 other students fall under you, you're going to get a quarter of a Bitcoin. So hold up, time out. Let me back up again. You guys just spent $1,500. You got two positions. What does that mean in American dollars? 0.046 Bitcoin is about $400 right now. Now, when 14 other students come in, you're going to get paid a quarter of a Bitcoin, which is like 2,500 right now, 2,300, something like that. Okay, now if you got two positions, that's 5,000. So hold up, time out. You mean I'm paying you to learn? I'm paying you to learn. You're going to make money just being in a cycler and other students coming in behind you. We did it that way because we wanted to do what is called decentralization. In a decentralized technology, let's use Facebook for an example. Facebook is the biggest content media creator in the media platform in the world. But guess what, Hawk? They don't create no content. They use all of your content and they charge people for your content. They sell your content. And guess what? Mark Zuckerberg makes all the money. And Mark Zuckerberg is the centralized server and that holds billions of people's information. Well, in a decentralized Facebook, it would be a token sale, and it'll be a coin to come out, and then it'll be a website. And guess what? Everybody that is involved in that company that creates the content, they'll all share in the revenue. That's decentralized. And that's why Facebook banned cryptocurrency ads. That's why Google banned cryptocurrency ads, because they don't want this disruption because it empowers the people. Mark Zuckerberg made over $80 billion and still making money. And he's the sole voice of what can go on his site and what can't go on his site. How about we had a Facebook that every time you post an ad, you get paid. Every time you like somebody's page, you get paid. Every time you post your content, you get paid because you share the revenue with everybody who's creating the value. That's decentralization. And that's what we did. We created a class and we made the class decentralized so the people share in the revenue with us and what we're generating from this movement.
Right. So can you tell us again, before we get ready to get off of here, what by joining by the end of May, that grandfathers them in. Now, does that grandfather them into the actual courses that would otherwise other people would have to pay for if they come in after May?
Yes, it will. It will grandfather them in. We're not going to do this for a whole lot of people, of course, but we want to make sure that we test it. Everything is tested. We know that we're giving them a valuable information, because one of the things the colleges don't teach you either is decentralization. They teach you cryptocurrency in a centralized manner, meaning that you get the knowledge and then find out how to fit it into this society. And that's not what we teach. We teach you guys how to create your own independent wealth and how to understand independently how to amass and utilize this industry. Now they're going to get also, as a core member, they're going to get the core understanding and the core breakdown of what cryptocurrency is about. They're going to also be able to have like VIP seats when we have conventions. They'll have access at choosing their seats before anybody else. They'll have access to our investment tips. We do have a Discord. It's a private Discord chat room where we share every day different investments opportunities in this industry. And there's hundreds of them, literally. And we share intricate information with our elite members. And so they'll have access to constant investment tips.
Awesome. Well, listen, y'all, you've been listening to Pastor Hawk, man, here on JHM Radio, man. I got my friend in here with me today. He's giving us some education and knowledge. He and Mr. David Lyons, definitely appreciate both of them. And there's some links that will be constantly rolling even after this is over. I want you to share this, and probably within the next couple of weeks, we're probably going to try to get Mr. Vaughn back on with us, kind of give us some updates as to what's going on, give you one last opportunity to get in on this opportunity before it expires, because when it's gone, it is gone. Listen, Mr. Vaughn, I appreciate you, man, taking out time today just to share this information with us. And listen, I want you all to do me one more favor. When you go to either one of the links that you will see scrolling across. I want you to let them know that you heard about this on JHM Radio. Let Mr. Vaughn know, hey, I was watching, I was listening, I heard about this opportunity. Let them know you heard about it on JHM Radio, man. We certainly would appreciate it, and I know he would appreciate it too. And he's going to be constantly giving us some information. We're going to bring him back in maybe in a week or so, week to 2 weeks. We want to bring him back when he has time. He's a very busy man. And pretty soon I want to get him into Indianapolis. I got to go out there and see him too. We're gonna see which one gonna come to who first, but we're gonna make it happen. But hopefully real soon we can get him here and be in here live with us. So Mr. Vaughn, we certainly appreciate you today, man.
Thank you, Pastor Hawkins. I really appreciate you and JHM Radio. And to your audience, thank you guys for tuning in. And we hope and pray that you guys have gotten some vital information from this.
And I'm sure they did. I know I got some vital information. And as we get ready to leave you today, hey, don't sleep on the opportunity that you have before you today, because it might not be there tomorrow. And listen, y'all, until next time, this is your boy, Pastor Hawk. Man, I'm so proud to be the owner and the founder of JHM Radio, man. There's some great things happening here. Got my boy LaRon in the studio with us today as well, man. Appreciate him being in here and sticking this out with us so we can get this information out to you. Hey, listen, until the next time, I love you, and there's nothing you can do about it. We out of here.